Imagine waking up before sunrise, your stomach empty, your body numb, and your future uncertain. You stand, tighten the straps on 50 kilograms of iron, leather, and wood, and begin to march. Not for minutes, not for hours, but for days. This was the weight of war in the Middle Ages. And today, we're stepping into the boots of a real medieval soldier to uncover how they carried everything they needed to fight, march, and survive. Our story follows Thomas of York, a 19-year-old foot soldier in 1415, marching with King Henry V toward France. He is not a knight. He has no horse, no shining armor. He is one of thousands, the backbone of medieval armies. Everything he owns, he carries on his back. Before marching, Thomas lays out his gear. His helmet, his padded gambeson, his spear, a dagger, a wooden bowl, a blanket, rope, flint, a tiny bag of salt, and hard, stale bread that must last for days. It looks simple, yet it weighs 40 to 50 kilograms. And he must carry it every step to war. Armor wasn't carried in bags. It was worn, because spreading the weight across the body was the only way to survive the march. A gambeson could weigh 6 to 8 kilograms. A helmet, 2 to 4 kilograms. Even without plate armor, the burden was heavy. The armor protected, but it also punished. Medieval infantry used a simple shoulder pack called a knapsack. Inside, food, a cup, tools, and sometimes a spare shirt. There were no backpacks with perfect padding, no waterproof nylon, just leather, cloth, and hope. Day after day, Thomas marches. His shoulders burn. The straps cut into his skin. His shoes bleed. He is told, a soldier who cannot carry his world on his back cannot fight. He pushes forward, not for glory, but because turning back means starvation, shame, and hanging for desertion. Not everything was carried alone. Tents, cookpots, and tools were shared among groups of 6 to 10 men called messes. But it still wasn't enough to lighten the burden. Food was weight, but without it, death. Hard bread, salted meat, onions, dried peas. Just enough to march, not enough to thrive. By the time Thomas finally reaches the battlefield, he is exhausted before the fighting even begins. This was the hidden enemy in medieval war, the burden a soldier carried before the first sword was ever drawn. So the next time we imagine medieval war, remember, before the clash of steel, before the heroics and legends, there was the silent suffering of men who carried their world on their backs. If you want more untold stories of the medieval world, subscribe and join me on the next journey into history.